In 5 weeks, I'm going to be flying out of Northern Virginia to go take a job in Antarctica, where I'm going to work as a systems administrator for 7 months during the Austral winter. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Antarctica is a continent in the southern part of the world. Um, it's not like the North Pole is a polar ice cap. Antarctica is an actual continent, and it's not controlled or owned by any country or any set of countries. But the Antarctic Treaty is an agreement between over 50 countries in the world that it will just be used for peaceful science research, and it's not supposed to have any military involvement, no mining, and no profiteering, and no one owns it or gets to make laws about it. The U.S. Antarctic Program, USAP, is run by the National Science Foundation. There are 3 permanent research stations run by the USAP: McMurdo, which is the big station that's like its own city, the South Pole, which is at the South Pole, and Palmer Station, and that's where I'm going, is Palmer Station. I kind of see Palmer Station as like the redheaded stepchild of the US Antarctic program, because McMurdo's huge, so that's where you just get the most press and the most, availability, the most place for people, reporters or students or whatever to go. The South Pole is super intense and extreme, so everyone wants to know about the South Pole. That's where it's like a super dry, because Antarctica is a desert. It's just like a snow desert. And South Pole is where it's super cold, minus 100 something degrees Fahrenheit in winter, 6 months of daylight, 6 months of darkness. I think it's close to 6,000 feet elevation. So, I mean, it's like physically hard to be there, I think. But Palmer Station is on a small island on the peninsula of Antarctica, and it's outside the Antarctic Circle. So it's not as polar, I guess, as the other 2 stations. And it's similar in latitude to Fairbanks, Alaska, maybe close to Reykjavik, Iceland. I haven't actually looked that up, but it's similar to Iceland because it's surrounded by water, so it moderates the temperature, but it's still in a place where you can get a lot of storms, and it's still cold, but it's not minus 110 degrees, and it's not 6 months of darkness. It's like, I believe the shortest days in the dead of winter there are like 4 to 5 hours of daylight. So you don't go for months without ever seeing sunlight. We'll get to Palmer Station on a ship. And so Palmer Station is different from McMurdo and South Pole Station. To get to McMurdo, you go to Christchurch, New Zealand, and take a plane, like those big, giant Air Force C-17s that you see all the pictures of people crammed in with their red parkas and stuff. They take that to McMurdo and land, and if you go onto the South Pole, then you take a different aircraft to get to Palmer Station. Palmer is too small, and it's on a little island, Anvers Island, so we take a ship, and we leave from the southern tip of Chile. And so we'll take a flight from the US, wherever our closest home airport is, go to Santiago, Chile, and then Punta Arenas, Chile on a plane. And then we get on an icebreaker ship and cross the Drake Passage. And it takes 4 to 5 days to get to the Palmer Station. I can't remember exactly where I first heard about these jobs. I think it was when my son was looking for a job when he got out of high school, and I was trying to encourage him to look at different kinds of jobs like outside the Colorado Springs area and places that had employee housing. And so he ended up working as a barista in Wyoming at Grand Teton National Park. Is one of those websites where I found that job, that I saw jobs in Antarctica. It might have been cooljobs.com. So I got 2 basic reactions about taking this job. Most people are like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. How did you do that? And they're excited to hear about it. Like, I wish I could do it, or I want to do that someday. And other people are like, why? Why would you want to do that? So to answer that, I guess, I mean, I just think it's cool. Like, I've worked in IT for over 25 years, and most of it's just been sitting in an office. As a matter of fact, this job is going to be sitting in an office and doing station chores and just keeping the station running. But also, I was an earth science major in college. I was actually a geology major, but I was a terrible geology major. So I switched at the last semester to earth science just to finish. And so science interests me, but I'm not a scientist. I'm a sysad. And so I just think anything that's like outdoorsy, even though I'm not going to go like climbing icebergs or whatever, I just think the environment is cool, and I think it's really cool to be able to support the science community. So that's why I just think it'll be really cool. And it's only 7 months, so what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Like, even if I hate it, I'm still going to love it. Like, it's just, if 99% of it is boring and cold or whatever, it's still going to be cool. Like, who gets to go take pictures of penguins on an iceberg or walk across a glacier or whatever? One thing that's going to be weird is that I will not experience summer for almost 2 years, September 2025 until June of 2027. So, I mean, the thing is, I actually hate summer in Virginia. It's gross. It's so humid, and the mosquitoes just stalk me and attack me. I always get bitten. They bite me on my fingers. So maybe I'll like summer when I get back and be sad that I miss it, but we'll see. One of the kind of scary things about going there is that I'm going to be there for at least 7 months, and you can't leave because unless it's like a huge emergency, because it's too hard for ships to get through the ice in winter. And so I'm going to be there with the same 19 people for 7 months. So I hope we like each other. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I'm going to try to upload more videos like about the application process, the physical qualifications, what I pack, about my trip getting down there, and then the really cool stuff of being on the ice. So if you want to be notified of when I upload new videos, hit subscribe.